Hey YouTube, this is Mike, and I just wanted to share a short little snippet from this episode that I really enjoyed. However, if you want to listen to the full episode, either scroll down this post or head to mikejamesreid.com/podcast for the full episode. Thanks and enjoy. Hey, Rachel David. Here we are sitting in your beautiful Toronto home, and thank you for inviting me, and welcome to the Dichotomy podcast.
Thank you for having me, and welcome to my home.
So really excited to jump on the show, and thanks for taking the time. I wanted to start by asking you a question around your personal brand and what kind of fun, crazy, what's one of the most interesting scenarios that your personal brand has gotten you into in the past?
Well, I'm not sure if you saw this. Have you gone to my Instagram as of late?
Not recently, no.
Okay.
Oh, well, I mean, I have, but of course, I could have missed it.
Did you by any chance see a picture of me with my face on a truck?
Face on a truck?
Face on a truck.
No.
That was by far the weirdest personal branding experience I ever had. Basically, I got hired to do a keynote at the Toronto Transportation Club, and I came up with a great idea. Rachel, why don't we drive you in a truck to the Toronto Transportation Club event, and we'll put your face on it. And hands down I was super nervous at the beginning, thinking, no, people are going to think I'm so narcissistic. This is so embarrassing. I already find there's an interesting balance of how much content do you put out. And I never wanted to look like, oh, I'm better than you, or bragging or any of this stuff. It's just so my first reaction is no, that's just too much. And they were like, Rachel, when are you ever going to get your face on a truck? And I was like, this is true. And I guess this is one thing I've always learned is whenever you're thinking of doing anything personal branding, going and being on camera, whatever it is, you're in complete control for the most part. Say you even go on a reality show, whatever it is, it's you have complete control over the narrative. So I knew, okay, well, if that's going to happen, my face gets put on a truck, well, maybe I'll talk about that and the ripple effect of that perceived value and what that actually meant. And also making a video about, me feeling insecure about that. So I think it all is rooted in honesty. But yeah, that was definitely the weirdest, driving down Toronto, the city that I've grown up in, bumping into friends as I honk the horn. And it was out of this world. So
I want to know what they did with the truck, once it was created, was it just sort of written off as we can never use this truck again? Or was this is a one time only, or it's been repainted?
They probably just unwrapped it and wrapped it with something else. The fact of the matter is it's not expensive to wrap a truck. Realistically, the cost is probably around $500, but the actual impact that it had was so high. And I think that was one of the most interesting things. It's you could pay $500 to boost your ads on Facebook, or you could go wrap a truck, put your face on it, take a picture of that, and then just see what happens, And
how many stories can you tell off the back of that, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, for entrepreneurs out there, do you feel everyone should have a personal brand, or maybe that's a wrong way to put it, because I feel everyone does have a personal brand, whether you focus on it or not, right? And maybe I'm curious to get your take on that, but do you believe it's for everybody? Should everyone put some focus into it? For those that are maybe a little bit shy and a little bit more introverted, how should they approach this idea of building a personal brand?
I think it's beneficial because I think people want to buy from things that they know who it's coming from, and especially if you're a genuine good human and you also feel comfortable enough speaking on camera and it doesn't give you this terrible, some people will feel a lot of social anxiety around it and don't want to do it. If it's something you really don't want to do, you don't have to do it. You literally don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Has it been beneficial? I mean, for me, yes. But I also studied radio broadcasting. I went to school and, was always in the communications field. I worked in broadcasting for 10 years. So it wasn't a big stretch for me to now film myself and go on LinkedIn and on YouTube. And, it's worked out to be really beneficial for me. It's basically built this company off of, I didn't have to spend any money on marketing. It was strictly just communicating what I was doing to my audience that was already engaged, who cared about what I was doing, who needed the services that I was promoting. And I didn't have to heavily promote anything. It was just, hey, I'm here. And I think that that's how I look at it with social media. It's just kind of knocking on people's doors, just being hi, I exist. And that's it. And I think self-awareness is really important when you're putting yourself out there. I think getting the feedback from people around you. There's people that I met through LinkedIn. My friend Larry, he's helping me. I met him through LinkedIn. He came to one of my workshops and he's an automator. He's helping me build out my email list. But one thing he doesn't know is he's like, I want to put myself on camera. I just don't know really what to do. Or, it's weird how something so natural to one person feels so not natural to another. And I looked at his first video and it was like, okay, good, but you need to move this stuff out of the background, and you need to make it more clean and to the point. It doesn't have to be so long, it could be short. So I think him being able to have me as a resource to ask, what do you think about this, I can give him my honest feedback. So I would say get 3 people that you respect that might have more experience in the on-camera world, and ask them what they think. If you want to ask me, I'm happy. If you want to send me a message, like, I get this all the time. People especially when they come to my LinkedIn workshops, or not really LinkedIn workshops, so they're basically like meetups that I do with my preferred like email list. And sometimes, I encourage them all to at least try it. Try making a video. Send it to me, and then I'll tell you what I think.